Hey boys, I'm making this video today because I was thinking about something. I was just came back from doing groceries, right? On my way home. And I thought to myself about something that I do now that I used to not do, and it would ruin my whole day, sometimes even my whole week, sometimes even the whole month, and potentially a whole fucking year, right? So that thing is that whenever I felt sad, whenever I felt threatened, whenever I felt like something was wrong, I would feel down or whatever it is that I would feel, I wouldn't address it. I wouldn't think about it. I would just feel it, and let it stay in my system for the longest time until something else arrives, another feeling arrives, whether that was good or bad. So whether the feeling that came in later was good or bad, right? So what I do now is I address it. I think about it. I say, okay, I'm feeling this feeling. Let's say I feel anxious, right? For whatever reason. And then I ask to myself, okay, well, I'm feeling anxious. Why? Why am I feeling anxious? Is it because that thing that happened at work? Oh, okay, yeah, it's probably that. Okay, well, what happened? My manager called me, and when he called me to ask a question about work, he didn't sound very happy, right? And unconsciously, without me even noticing, I felt anxious about it because I felt like I might have done something wrong, right? I felt like maybe he doesn't like the work that I've been putting in recently. So okay, I address it. I see, okay, this is why I'm feeling anxious, and then I talk to myself like, okay, well, probably has nothing to do with you, Javi. Like, stop stressing about it. His problems are his problems. They have nothing to do with you. And if he hasn't addressed anything, if he hasn't told you, hey, you need to work a little better, you need to put in a little bit more effort, then it's probably because you haven't done anything wrong, right? So it's a simple trick, but it can be hard, but it's something that makes all the difference in the world, man. I can tell you from my past experience, like I started telling you in the beginning of this video, dude, I used to just, if I felt anxious, I would even just listen to music and make that feeling grow, right? So I would listen to more sad music or angsty music or even, like a punk rock or some shit. And that would make me feel even worse. And I wouldn't even think about why I'm feeling that, right? So it starts with that. It starts with addressing that feeling. It starts with bringing awareness to that you feel. So right now I feel motivated. Why do I feel motivated? Because I woke up this morning and I started watching YouTube videos about motivational, about putting in the work, about staying in the road of that's gonna get you to your dreams, right? To my dreams. So I've been and that's part of it. You put yourself in a state, you put yourself in an environment where it motivates you, where it leads you to the outcomes that you want in life. So yeah, man, like the changes that I've seen on when I address my feelings, coming back to that, it's been immense. Like, it used to ruin my whole day when I didn't address my feelings. What I would do is I would just think about, okay, I wouldn't even think about it. I would just be like, I would have a shitty day at high school, right? In my school, Some little stuff just happened, right? Like the teacher called me on for something, and I would get into this victim mentality of like, oh fuck, she hates me, she doesn't call anybody out but me, and I'm flunking her class. And then I'm thinking those thoughts, but I'm not addressing them. They just go through my mind, and I don't even think about it. I don't even have a conversation with those thoughts with myself. Like that it's just on autopilot, and that's what we're going through most of our days. We're just on autopilot, man. That's the thing. And I actually wrote about this because we're so used to easy, man. Most of us, when it comes to internal stuff, it's so easy to feel something and just ignore it and not even think about it, and just ignore it and just do other things that are going to make you ignore it even more, like binge eating, like binging YouTube videos or Netflix or whatever it is, instead of addressing those feelings and actually getting to the core of it, right? So I would stay on autopilot, but since I started actually stepping into my mind and actually addressing those feelings and actually addressing those thoughts that would just come into my mind, especially the bad ones, right? Like the ones that I had in high school, for example, about the teacher calling me out and me thinking that she had some beef with me or some shit, right? I could have just talked to myself like I do today, right? And say, hey, maybe you actually do, maybe you're not in your best behavior when you're in her class, because I wasn't, truly. Or maybe you're not putting in the effort when it comes to studying for that class, right? You think you know it all when it comes to, I don't know, English. I used to have good grades in English without even studying, but sometimes sometimes tests were hard or whatever. But maybe I didn't put in the work. It's just having that conversation and just coming to a conclusion, and actually, the more you do it, the more obviously the more you do it, the more the muscle grows when it comes to that. But essentially what you want to do is you want to repeat this task, and you might not get it right in the beginning, you might not get it right the first times, but it's just it's just addressing it. Start with that. Start with addressing the feelings. Start with bringing awareness to whatever you feel. So if you feel anxious, you don't even know why, right? Then just ask yourself, okay, what happened today? What happened? Oh, I had a mini fight with my girlfriend. Okay, well, what happened? What did we talk about? Oh, she said I need to clean the dishes and I never do it. Well, okay, it's easy. If I feel anxious, it's because I'm probably not doing them, or probably don't feel like doing them, and I don't want to do them in the future. But hey, man, if I want to keep this relationship going, if I want to make it work, if I want to get married with this person in the future, then I have to sacrifice not wanting to do it and actually do it. I have to do it, because that's what's going to make the relationship flow, and that's what's going to make her happy, and that's what's going to make everything good. And so once you address that, even if you haven't done the dishes, you're gonna feel so much better, because you've addressed the feeling, and then the feeling can step out of your system and just it gets transformed into something positive, right? Which is what you want to do. So conclusion is, if you're feeling a feeling that is making your day worse, making your day bad for whatever reason, whether it's anxiety, whether it's sadness, whatever it is, address it. Become aware of it, right? That's step number 1, right? Second is try to have a conversation, right? Okay, why am I feeling this? Ask yourself, why am I feeling this? Oh, it's because of this, it's because of that. Okay, Now, and the third thing to do is just find a solution, right? So what can I do, or what can I do in order to not feel this again in the future, right? And once you do those three steps, then you'll start feeling a lot better. Then your life is going to get better because you're actually addressing things from their core, from the root, right? So most of our problems don't come from outside, they come from inside, right? So once you start doing that, dude, I'm telling you, life is going to become, it's going to flow. I'm not saying it's going to become easier, man, but it's going to flow. It's going to feel, you're going to remember things more. Truly, you're going to remember things more. You're going to be more clear about what you want in life, about who you are. So just try it out, man. Just try it out. I've been doing it for the past year or so. And I'm 26, right? I've been doing it for the past year or so, and it's been just, I have so much clarity in my life right now. I know where I'm going. I know what I have to do, and it just became second nature, right? After so many days of doing it, pretty much every day I have that internal dialogue of, why am I feeling this? I'm feeling anxious. Why? Oh, okay, it's because of this. How can I solve this? Once you do that, man, you're going to become just a better version of yourself, right? Just by doing that. So, hope this helps. It does help me, and it's definitely going to help me in the future. So, see you guys.